Some like to say the clothes make the person. If so, many parents cringe when they see what their kids want to wear. So here are two t-shirts for girls that are getting a lot of reaction, sold by the popular store The Children's Place. This one says, "Born to wear diamonds." Another says, "My best subjects." Shopping, check. Music, check. Dancing, check. Math. You don't see a check there. Then in parentheses, well, nobody's perfect. Well, it seems somewhat demeaning to young girls, right? And it got us thinking, how do you support your kids' individuality without letting it get out of hand? Dr. Greg Jantz is a mental health expert and best-selling author. He's here to help, and I'm glad you are, because this hits a lot of parents, and it's a constant battle for parents.
As well as I'm dealing with it, so let's just say
and you're going through it right now.
Oh, yeah, I have two boys.
Is this all about control?
Well, it could be about a statement, but remember the two questions that the teenager has is, who am I? And secondly is, where do I fit in?
Right.
So I'm looking for a place to fit in, and also I'm looking to express something individual, but sometimes it's gone too far.
Right. And clothing is one thing, because you can really press them to change their clothing. When they dive into their own hair, that's when parents freak out. Let's be honest. This is disruptive. So I want to put some video up on the screen.
You got it.
And you see this young woman right here. She has bright orange hair, and you can see her, Greg. She starts shaving it into a mohawk. Clearly, she wants to make a statement. If that's your child and you do not approve of this, how do you approach it?
Okay. And I wouldn't personally, okay? So let me just put that out there. One is we tend to overreact, and the more we overreact and the more we react with anger, the more we drive the behavior. So the more we use anger, the more that we will say demeaning things, the more they feel judgment, the more they're going to do the behavior. So I'm going to look at, really what's going on here. She met somebody new, what's the bigger picture here? And so often, in fact, I remember my folks told me, we made a big deal about your hair. It was so long when you were growing up. I wish we wouldn't have.
So long term, you're probably doing more damage than good if you dive into it.
Be careful about harsh judgments, because that is going to justify their behavior. They're going to probably want to do more. So I do the hair, and then what else can I do to bug my parents?
Well, let me speak on behalf of parents, though, because they see that.
Oh,
and
I know.
It's not always the extreme. Like, right now the hip style for boys is to wear their bangs really long. And dads tend to say, come on, son, let's go get a haircut. And you don't want to make the biggest deal out of everything, but how do you gently nudge, or how do you encourage them to maybe present themselves in a different way?
Okay, I have a young man, and here's what I did, because the same thing with the hair. I said, I know you want to look good, be kind of cool and so forth. How about if I got somebody who could really help you with that, a hairstylist, one that you could really work together with. And so I passed it from my judgment or my authority, I passed it so he could team with somebody else who really could help, and they worked together, and he goes, wow, this is pretty, and they were able to make changes. So often, if it's just our voice, they're less inclined.
A small suggestion. Now, what if they do go extreme? How do you bring it up? How do you have a dialogue so that you're not pushing them too hard? Because they could then rebel, as you said.
Okay, I'm going to ask them who their friends are. I want to know who, because remember, they're looking to where they're going to fit in.
Okay.
If they don't feel like they fit in a normal group, they may want to do something extreme so it brings attention on them. So I'm going to want to look at their relationships. That's the first place I'm going to start. And I'm going to go easy on my judgments about what they're doing to their body. Most kids later on do have some regret. They go, yeah, that was really kind of crazy I did that.
It was a phase. And many of us, let's be honest, many of us went through it when we were kids.
I did. Now, I didn't bring any before pictures of me from long ago, but, we all did.
Right. So in time, give them space, talk them through it.
Talk them through it, and do it without a lot of judgment, but also keep the importance on the relationship. Don't lose the relationship you have with them.
Okay, well, thank you. Because like I said, a lot of parents like yourself are going through this.
And we're going to be challenged by it.
Right. Part of parenting.
It is.
Oh, the joys. Thanks, doctor.